Can take your seat. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Chair.
Can you know this before us this afternoon?
The person in front of you is Felix Kiplagat Maiyo, and I have some documentation to verify that with you, if you don't mind, sir.
Honorable members, I can confirm that the person is appearing before us this afternoon is Felix Kiplagat Maiyo, as forwarded to us by His Excellency the Governor of Baringo, His Excellency Benjamin Kesire Cheboy, on the 13th of October 2022. And allow me to read paragraph 1 of his letter. He says, in exercise of powers conferred to me by section 32D1 subsection A of the County Government Act 2020, I, Benjamin Kesire Cheboy, Governor Baringo County, nominate Felix Kiplagat Maiyo of ID number to the position of Deputy Governor Baringo County. Honorable members, have confirmed that the ID number indicated by the governor in his letter and the ID of the person appearing before us is truly that the person appearing before us is the same Felix Kiplagat Maiyo. And as such, I call upon our clerk to proceed and and guide the nominee in taking an oath. Felix, this is a sitting of the County Assembly, and any person who appears before a committee of the Assembly has to take an oath of secrecy.
I, Felix Kiplagat Maiyo, do swear that the information that I will give to this committee is the truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God. Protect the issues of the minority groups on the leadership issue. Always I should be accountable to the people of the Republic of Kenya, and mainly the people of Baringo County. Some of the achievements of the devolution, some of the key is decentralization of the resources, which really helped the people, considering that we have to depend on the national government in the distribution. And another key issue is key item is involvement of people through public participation. Also, we have the issue of protecting the interests of the minority and the marginalized groups through devolution. Also, it provided for social and economic development because we were able to have finances or allocation to each society, and it's devolved. Also, we were able to have equitable distribution of resources from the national government instead of being controlled from the national government. On the issue of corruption, Chairman, corruption is a menace in this country. I'll be always on the forefront in fighting corruption and also support the governor in doing so also. Some of the issues in the county that leads to corruption is mainly misuse of county resources, which we need to put proper structures to be able to have control and prevent misuse of county resources. Encourage public participation and open procurement processes so that people can be able to question when the public finances are misused. On schedule on devolved functions, when the 2010 Constitution came in and it was implemented in 2013, we had 14 devolved functions. Some of the key devolved functions is agriculture, we have healthcare, we have control of pollution, that's air and noise pollution. We have pre-primary education and the TVES, that's the technical and vocational trainings. We have county transport. We do have the tourism, trade development and regulations. We also have the control of drugs and pornography. County planning was devolved also to enable counties to plan themselves. On the pillars of the 3 pillars of the Vision 2030. Vision 2030 had 3 pillars. We have the issue on economic pillar, which is meant to give prosperity to the people and to be economically empowered. We do have the social pillar, which is to promote diversity and encourage and create enabling environment for people to coexist together. We have the political pillar, which provides the democratic rights and to empower people in terms of to be able to know their democratic rights and ensure that there's free and fair elections. And it's mainly people-centered. On the issues of national values and governance principles. On the issue of national governance, it touches on patriotism, some of them. I'll just mention a few of them. There are quite a number, but I'll mention a few of them. We have patriotism. We have national unity. We do have social justice. We have devolution of power. We have democracy. We have integrity. We have transparency to the people. Honesty. Those are some of the few national values. On the issues of governance, governance is always, we need to promote efficient and effective way of distribution of the resources as a county. Also, we need to protect the interests of the marginalized and the minorities on the people. On the other issue on that also, we need to be professionally ethical on how we handle issues on the issues of governance. Thank you so much, Chair.
Felix will take another set of questions from the following honorable members. Honorable Paul Tisoy, member for Makutani Ward. Honorable Mailuk, Shadrach Mailuk, member for Koros, Tankurbe Koros Ward, and Honorable Josephat Lokorio, member for Barwesa Ward. Let's proceed in that order.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chair, for this session today. Good afternoon, Mr. Felix. You have handled questions well. I have a few, one or two questions to ask, some few areas of interest. We know this county, as you come in as a nominee now, and possibly if this committee approves and the county assembly approves your nomination, you'll become our deputy governor. In this county of diversity,
between governor and his deputy or her deputy. achieved in Baringo County. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Mr. Felix, I have a few concerns that we need to share, and we've agreed this is an interactive session. So take a few questions from Mr. Okorio, Honorable Okorio. The first question is about the fact that you understand Baringo County so well, and you realize that we don't have a university compared to most of these other counties in Kenya. Now, share with us what you think we could do, beginning from yourself, so that you will have a university in Baringo in the near future. Second concern, Mr. Felix. We have experienced in Baringo rollovers over time. And if given the opportunity to become our deputy governor, what mechanisms would you put in place to ensure 100% absorption rate? Just on the same, how would you address the issues of pending bills in Baringo County? Third question. Baringo County is experiencing a non-operational ECDs. Now, in some of the areas, not in my county. Now, how do you ensure that the centers are operational if elected to be the deputy governor? And at the same time, how would you check the personnel learner attendance in some of those unoperational ECDs? And lastly, on the same question, how then would we go ahead to improve the replacement of teachers and their remunerations? Further, the last question, Felix. Felix, Baringo is a tourist destination. You know that, since you are a person from this place. Would you outline mechanisms of improving tourism in Baringo County so that we'll be able to increase revenue collection? Thank you, Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Kisoi, for asking questions that's dear to your heart as a minority in Baringo County, Honorable Maiyo, and Honorable Okorio. Felix, before you answer those questions, allow me to also add a few of them with regard to what Honorable Kisoi had asked. Baringo has so many minority groups, and one of them being the Chamus, Ndorois, Turkana, Kikuyus, Keben, Bokor, and so many others. All these communities are watching you this afternoon and asking themselves, are we safe? What are we going to tell the minorities in Baringo, considering that they are wondering that the governor, the deputy governor, come from the largest community? Where would they? Where is their position in this sub-county, in this county of Baringo? Secondly, regards what Most Honorable Maiyo, the issue of gender, 2-tax gender rule. And I would like to know how you will marry two issues. The issue of adhering to 1-tax gender rule and professionalism at the same time. I would like you to tell us how you marry the two, so that we don't just have women for the sake of women or men for the sake of men. in some committees. And the other issue is the issue of rollover. The reports from the Auditor General states that Baringo County had a rollover of 2.5 billion shillings in the 2022 financial year, 2022-23 financial year. How will you reduce the rollover from the said amount, and which are some of the practical steps that you will take to ensure that the rollover comes down? And my final question regards the issues of ECD. And I'll take a different approach from what Honorable Lukorio has asked. And you will notice that in Baringo has been experiencing rural-urban migration. And you'll find that we have so many ECD schools in the rural areas, and the population of the students, the population of the pupils being less. What strategies do you think the county will engage to ensure that we have more ECDs in urban centers, in towns, considering that we have so many people living in towns and less people in the villages? Felix, will proceed.
Thank you so much, Chairman, for the questions asked. I'll try to go in a structured manner, if allowed, Chairman. On the issue of insecurity challenge, we need to appreciate that issues of security is a national government, but that doesn't mean that the county government is left behind on the issue. And working with the governor on the first step is to bring the leadership of Baringo County together so that we can be able to discuss and also engage our people in Baringo County in the areas affected by the insecurity. Some of the issues that lead to this insecurity is resources. And the best way to manage resources is ensuring that we provide them with resources, such as drilling balls for them, such as ensuring that there's proper infrastructure to open up some of these areas. Because some of the areas are very productive. They are very prime lands. And on top of that is we need to work as leaders and as including yourselves as the members of county assembly to be able to engage our people and tell them the benefits of having peace through arbitration. Also encourage education, because sometimes illiteracy can be a challenge. So we need to encourage, open up ECDs, schools in conjunction with national government, so that our people can be educated. By through education, we'll be able to move from issues of guns and issues of insecurity. We'll be able to have stability in that region. Some of the specialized groups are, we have, as per the constitution, we have the minorities, which is of keen interest to the chairman. I'll handle that in a minute. We have the marginalized groups. We have the youths, we have the women, and persons living with disability. On the issue of minority, we will work with the governor as being his principal assistant to ensure that the interests of the minority groups are taken care of in our government and also in our county appointments, as you may have noticed from the appointments of the recent county executive committee members. We had a few of the minority groups appointed. So I can assure you, Chair, that the interests will be protected once through the leadership of our able governor. On the issue of conflict on governor and deputy governor, I believe that I've been nominated as a deputy governor, and I understand my roles as part of Article 32 of the Constitution, and there will be no fighting or competition for any seat between me and the governor. On top of that, my main mandate is to support governor to deliver on his manifesto and his campaign pledges to the people of Baringo County. On the two-thirds gender role issue, first I'd like to congratulate the governor for ensuring that the two-thirds gender rule was met on his appointment of the county executive committee members. We had 3 ladies or 3 women appointed, which is a third. And as per the constitution, that's a good start on appointments. And also this will be followed suit on the rest of the appointments to be done by the governor. Also, I'll encourage our women to take up positions of leadership, and we will empower, we'll create empowering ways to empower women to be able to compete in some of the positions with their male colleagues in the county level. If possible, through your leadership chairman and through the county assembly, and constitutionally allowing, you can have an affirmative action such that we have some jobs protected for the women and the minority groups, the specialized groups generally. On the issue of the university, looking at generally the whole country, most, if not over 80% of the counties have universities. Baringo has been left behind. And the key challenge has been always the location of the university. And working with the governor and the team that is already constituted towards sharing and to ensure that the delivery of the university, we'll work together as leaders of Baringo County to ensure that this is achieved within the stipulated period of time. And we'll have the university. The benefit of a university to the people is it will create employment generally through the locality and through the area, which will reduce the levels of unemployment in Baringo County. On the issue of rollover, we do have rollovers across the county, and the biggest challenge has been, as we understand all of us, that budget runs from June to July the following year. We need to be proactive by ensuring that our procurement processes are done within a stipulated time, and the projects are also implemented within a stipulated time as per the contract signed with the contractors. This will ensure that the payments is done within the timely manner. The other challenge also has been on the pending bills. This is a national issue, and the governor and the council of governors have really been agitating for funds to be distributed to the county level. And the percentage allowable is 1% to be a pending bill. But looking at it, 2.5 billion is very huge. So we'll work with the governor so that we ensure the issues of rollover and pending bills are reduced as much as possible. And also encourage the people that whenever we do public participation, ensure that we allocate projects that can be completed within a stipulated time, and also payments as done. And also ensure that project implementation team and supervision is done, because some of the challenges are caused by some projects not being done to the standard. Hence, it leads to audit queries and payment cannot be done promptly. On the issue of non-operational ECDs, I do acknowledge that we do have quite a number of ECDs in the rural areas. On ECDs, we really need to start first by encouraging, we're creating a program with the help of the governor, what's called a school feeding program. This will ensure that it brings children to the schools, because some of our areas, there's a food challenge in Baringo County, which we do appreciate, all of us. So the best is to provide school feeding programs, and this will bring the children to the school, and this will ensure that the numbers. On the school, the other issue is provide security. Some of the ECDs, teachers have run away. It's not because of their wish, due to their security and safety. So we are able to have proper security and ensure that Baringo is stable, teachers will stay, and we'll have children and learning improved in those areas. On the other issue is on teachers. Teachers move out of their stations because of some harsh conditions. These early ECDs and the teachers that are teaching in the ECDs, we need to motivate them by providing them with the harsh conditions allowance. This will make them be able to work in those harsh conditions because they are fully motivated. On the teacher replacement issue, as a county and support of the government, working with the governor, we'll ensure that we have a database of the teachers within Baringo County. This will enable timely replacement of the teachers, because movement is allowed sometimes because teachers look for greener pastures. And if we have a database, we'll have timely replacement of the teachers on those ECDs, and this will ensure continuous learning in the institutions. On the issue of the tourism, Baringo is rich on tourism, and we do have quite a number of tourism sectors, tourism areas. We have the Lake Baringo, Lake Bogoria, Kapnarok. We have the birds view in Sirwa. We have quite a number of falls within Baringo County. And the first initiative, with the help of the governor, we need to do proper marketing to enable proper marketing and campaigns to enable tourists to come. Also encourage the issue of local tourism. Local tourism through running a subsidy and running programs in the Baringo County. As one of the challenges that's limited our tourism sector is security. Some areas cannot be accessed by tourists who visit the area. And once we handle the issue of security, we'll have the increased revenue by tourists coming to some of these areas. Also, we are well aware that a place like Bogoria, some roads are inaccessible. This is due to the challenge of what's happening in Lake Bogoria, which most of the people are fully aware. We'll encourage the opening up of roads and also ensuring that they are motorable through the area. And this can be done working hand in hand with the governor himself. Thank you so much, Chair.
Thank you, Felix. And when you spoke about the issue with the governor, I'm reminded of a deputy governor called Kiplagat. Do you know him?
I know, Chairman.
Are you confirmed to Baringo residents that you will not have a Kiplagat moment in Baringo?
I confirm to the residents of Baringo that we will not have such a challenge with my governor.
Okay, thank you. Let's go to the next set of questions. Honorable Maiyo, what is funny?
Thank you, Chair, for giving me this opportunity once again. Mr. Felix, you talked about the issue of rollover and pending bills. And you advised us as the leaders of Baringo that we should allocate projects, we should allocate money to projects that will be able to be completed and paid early. And I wanted to know, Felix, what kind of projects in your mind are those projects? And again, if a project is of importance to the community, does it mean that we need to do away with it because it will not be completed early for it to be paid?
You know, Felix, I've heard even our governor, Excellency today, talking about the same, and I wanted clarification so that you know we are making the budgets, the assembly going through the budgets, the public participations even are done in the ground. I just wanted to know what do you know about that.
Let me take another set of two questions from members. And I would like to ask Honorable Sialo, Honorable Ernest Kibet, the Mayor of Kabarnet Town, and Honorable Lawi Kipchumba, our majority leader, and MCA for Lembu Square, to ask a few questions, then we'll answer them together.
Thank you, Chairman. Good afternoon, Mr. Felix. First and foremost, let me congratulate you for I've checked your documents, and I saw a document that you are a life member of UDA. At being the majority whip of UDA, I'm so impressed. Thank you. So my questions, I'll just ask a few questions. Mr. Felix, you know Baringo, in Baringo we have serious stakeholders. We want to know how you will help us to engage in building Baringo. We know we have donors, we have non-state actors, we have state actors. How will you engage, help us engage these people so that we can have the best improved infrastructure? We have a serious challenge in education sector. We also have the ICT sector that also helps all the other sectors, and we have the health services in Baringo. How will you take us through so that we have that engagement with all those players? Also, Mr. Felix, Baringo County allocates a lot of money to health. You know how our health sector is, and also we allocate a lot of money to agriculture. How will you ensure that these sectors that are so dear to our people, for example, we have patients who need to be treated in our facilities. How will you ensure this is happening? And also the agriculture that we are spending a lot of money, how do you ensure that our people get value for that money? My third question, Mr. Felix, you've been here and you know we have a serious challenge in the hospital. And to be very specific, the referral hospital, the Baringo referral hospital, we have many referrals. This is a referral, but we are doing referrals to MTRH, Nakuru, and Iten for just simple activities like X-rays. And we want you to tell us, how are we going to solve that issue? Our people don't want to be seeing ambulances flying all over, going to these other places. What will you do? How can you help us? Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, Chairman. Good afternoon, Mr. Felix. Okay, I've heard you talked of health sector as a devolved unit, and that's very correct. The previous government, county government led by Honorable Cheboy, between 2013 2017, constructed a lot of health centers and dispensaries all over the county. What strategies would you put in place to make sure that these dispensaries and health centers are operational, given that up to date, most of them are not operational, they don't have doctors, they don't have nurses? Given a chance to be the deputy governor, Mr. Felix, what can you do to ensure that they are operational? The second question, Mr. Felix, given a chance to serve as the deputy governor, how would you ensure that these small-scale farmers increase their productivity as well as add value to their small produce? Having in mind that we promised during our campaigns, we promised most of the people the issues of bottom-up, mkulima mdogo. What strategies as a deputy governor will you put in place to ensure that they increase their productivity and also add value to their produce? The last question, Mr. Felix. Baringo County, or Baringo, is rich in terms of minerals, mineral resources, such as rupees. We are told that in Baringo South, some areas have rupees and other minerals which have not been discovered. What measures or what can you do to realize that, to ensure that these minerals are well utilized and give their full potential to benefit the people of Baringo? Thank you very much, Mr. Felix. Looking forward for your answers.
Honorable members, is it by coincidence that Honorable Lawi and Honorable Kibet chose to take their questions the bottom-up approach? Felix, we have less than 15 minutes, and I would like you to take a little short time in answering these questions, because we still have around 3 or 4 members who have not asked questions and they need to ask.
Thank you so much, Chair, and allow me first to answer some rejoinder question from one of the members, Chairman, on the issue of rollover. One of the challenges we do have is once a project is allocated, if it's not allocated sufficient funds, the project hangs midways, and that's become a challenge, because if we encourage our people to, during public participation, to complete a single project end to end, it will be beneficial. It will be beneficial to them, considering instead of doing projects midway and leaving it and going to undertake another project. And this will reduce the issue of the rollover, because we'll be able to complete one project in a stipulated time, properly supervised and fully completed within a stipulated time. On the issue of stakeholder management of the NGOs and the donors, we do agree that some of the revenues to the Baringo County come from donors and NGOs and independent bodies. Working with the governor, we will ensure that we have a liaison office to handle issues of donors and also get donors to be able to support our institutions and support the different sectors and the different county functions. Through this, as a county, we should be able to utilize and the funds and be able to account them prudently and be able to ensure that it's accounted for. This will encourage donors and NGOs to come back and invest in and invest or make their donation to the people of Baringo County. Some of the big or notable NGOs or donors are, we do have the World Vision in Baringo County, we do have the UNICEF, World Health Programs, and so many others that I may not be able to enumerate now. On the issue of hospitals, the governor has been on the forefront with this, the late deputy governor, in leading the issues of hospitals in Baringo County. I will join hands with the governor to ensure that we take our hospitals to a different level. One of the challenges is in these hospitals is staff or personnel or specialized personnel within the county hospitals. The staff or the personnel need to be well enumerated and well paid or well motivated to be able to cover their work and the activities in the hospital. And also working with the governor will ensure that there is timely and always our pharmacies are fully stocked up. And this will reduce the chances of people being referred to the big hospitals in other referral hospitals. The other issue is on equipping our hospitals. We build hospitals, but they are not fully equipped. Working with the governor, we should be able to equip the hospitals so that we can be able to diagnose the various ailments or diseases timely, and they can be attended to within our county instead of being referred to different counties. On the small scale farm issues, we acknowledge that our manifesto was driven by the Kenya Kwanza, which is a bottom-up approach. And the best way to handle the issue of agriculture is to ensure that we do have extension officers to train people and to also optimize on their farm produce. One of the value additions is to encourage our people to join SACCOs so they can be able to get loans, considering now we have the ASLA fund coming in towards the end of this year. They'll be able to maximize and take full benefit of it. The other issue is veterinary services to the people to ensure that they get good animals and also when they are ready to be sold, they fetch good money in the market. This will improve the lives of the people. On the mineral resources, we do understand that this is part of the devolved functions. We do have the devolved function. The mineral resources is close to me because this is an area that I have an interest in, considering that this is my part of my specialization field. And the first step we'll be working with the governor is to map out our mineral resources in Baringo County and understand what minerals we do have in Baringo County. This will then, from there, we do engage donors and also financiers and create an enabling environment for investors to come and extract these minerals. At the end of the day, once they are extracted, the people will have employment for our people in Baringo County. And on top of that, there'll be royalties and a revenue to be paid to the county government, which will increase its revenue allocation in the county government pockets. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Honorable members, we have 5 minutes to the end, and allow me to call upon Honorable Fanelin and Honorable Ayub to ask their questions and also be precise and brief.
Thank you, Chair. Mr. Felix, I know you are aware of the cabinet secretaries that were appointed by His Excellency President of the Republic of Kenya. May I know around 5 of them? My next question is, how will you align with the county developmental agendas to that of the national government and the manifesto of the Kenya Kwanza government? The last question is, just give me around 4 independent offices that work hand in hand with the county government. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Good afternoon, Mr. Felix. I'll ask you only 3 questions. And my first question is, if it happens that you are being approved to be the Deputy Governor of Baringo County, what will you do maybe to handle, or which way will you handle the county staff to maybe minimize the work-related stress in their areas of jurisdiction? My second question, tell us what's your greatest achievement in your career? My question number 3 is, where do you see Baringo in the next 5 years? As you prepare to answer the questions, I wish you well, Mr. Felix. Thank you, Chair.
Honorable Ayub, why do you want to make Felix to assume that we don't wish him well as a as a committee? Felix, you may proceed to answer the questions.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Chair, for the questions asked, and I'd like to respond briefly due to the time constraint. On the issues of the Cabinet Secretary, the President nominated 22 Cabinet Secretaries to be vetted, and they are yet to be approved by the County Assembly. Some of the Cabinet Secretaries include the son of our soil, that's Honorable Chelugui, Simon Chelugui. That's the CS Cooperatives and SMEs. We do have the Prime Minister, Honorable Musalia Mudavadi. We do have Adan Duale, the Minister of Defense. We do have Honorable Kithure Kindiki, the Minister for Interior. We do have the Minister of Transport, that's Honorable Onesmus Kipchumba Murkomen. we do have Honorable Soiban Tuya, Minister of Environment and Forestry. We do have Minister for Labor and Social Services, that's Florence Bore. To name a few, I could still continue, but that's a few of them. Looking at the issue of aligning ourselves to the Kenya Kwanza Manifesto. Kenya Kwanza Manifesto as a county. The first is we do have the county integrated development program, which is a starting point in terms of aligning ourselves, which some of the key factors are looking at issues of agriculture, food security, healthcare services, and those should be aligned with the Kenya Kwanza Manifesto to ensure service delivery to the people. That's the bottom-up approach. Some of the 4 independent commissions that came into effect due to the 2010 Constitution. We do have the Office of the Controller of Budget, that's directly linked to the county government. We do have the Office of the Controller of Budget. We do have Office of the Public Prosecution, directly linked to the county government. We do have the Commission on Revenue Allocation. The 4 of those are directly linked to aligned to the county governments. Some of the commissions, independent bodies, we do have the IBC, Judicial Service Commission, Public Service Commission. We do have the TSC, that's the Teacher Service Commission. Handling of the county staff. For us to ensure that there is productivity and get the best out of people, they should be motivated in terms of remuneration, either financial or non-financial. And this will make them give 100%. Sometimes there's a saying that goes, all work and no play make Dak a dull boy. This means we should always structure such that we do have these people having their rests or taking leaves to ensure that they have become productive. The other one is on the issue of creating an enabling environment. Ensure that there's proper coordination among us, the staff in the office at any given time. And this can be done through team buildings of the staff, taking them out for team building. Some of my greatest achievements, and 2 of them are very key to me. One is while working in the water sector, I've been able to work in some areas that have very scarce or no water at all. Drilling and being able to extract the water and seeing the people celebrate has been a big achievement to me, and seeing the people celebrate the water. The other one is working on the family company. I've been able to manage staff. Hiring is one of the responsibilities I was assigned. While hiring and you employ people, I ended up enabling people to fend for their families, which is a joy to me, and it's our biggest achievement, seeing people grow and move from one level of life to another one. On the issue of where do I see my beautiful county of Baringo in 5 years? Working with the governor and looking at his manifesto, we should ensure that our health care is up to date. We should not be referring people to other counties. We should be able to treat our people, diagnose, ensure we have proper personnel, ensure we have proper equipment, ensure we have drugs in the shelves to treat our people and attend to our issues, and open up more hospitals and dispensaries and health facilities within the county. The other one is on the water sector. I understand our mothers go for long distance to fetch water. Working with the governor and the rest of the county staff, we should ensure that there should be a tap in each of the home states to reduce the walking distance for the women. And within the 5-year period also, working with the leadership of national government and also the county government and leadership of Baringo County, be able to have solved the issue of insecurity in Baringo County. Thank you so much, Chair.
Felix, you said something about water in the taps, and I'm sure my neighbors at Captain Bar must be happy now that within the next 5 years we'll be seeing free-flowing water in their taps. So we will be watching your steps and see that we have water in our taps. Because of time, members allow me to use my discretion as the chair and add 10 more minutes and give Honorable Cialo and Honorable Locorio to ask 2 burning questions. Then I'll give directions. In the next 2 minutes, 1 minute each.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Felix, I know you know Baringo very well. And you know our people in Baringo, most of them depend on livestock for their livelihood. And one of the greatest challenges always has been the market. Our second president of the Republic of Kenya, His Excellency, the late Mzee Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi, established Kimalel Goat Auction. And later on it collapsed. And our first governor, His Excellency Benjamin Cheboy, who happens to be our current governor, revived it. I want to know, what do you think about Kimalel Goat Auction? And what difference do you think you will bring into Baringo County government to upscale the goat auctioning activities? Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, you realized I asked all my questions, and I just want to comment, Chair. I want to appreciate, Felix, I asked you so elaborate questions, 4 at a time, and you're able to handle all of them. Even the speaker could not realize. I want to commend you for answering so well. Thank you.
Order, Honorable Locorio. You don't keep the chair. Honorable Locorio, I'm giving you a warning. Next time you tell me you have a pending question, then you comment a candidate. I'll not allow that. Honorable Cialo, thank you for the question. I see why it was burning, because it talks about the Kimalel Goat Auction, and we are in October, and we are 2 months away to Christmas, and everyone is asking themselves, where will we get the goat for this year? Felix, hopefully by December you'll be the deputy governor. Kind answer, Honorable Cialo, whether you'll have a goat from Kimalel this year or you'll have to go to Mokote. Is there no goat in Mokote, Cialo? Proceed, Felix.
Thank you so much, Chairman, for the question on Kimalel auction. And Kimalel auction is one of the biggest achievements of Baringo County, known countrywide. And we know that the first governor, who happens to be the current governor, really took it upon himself to ensure that it was successful. And one of the key things that might have led to the collapse of it was due to mainly leadership issues. And going forward and working with the governor, we'll ensure that proper campaigns and marketing strategies are done for the upcoming or future Kimalel auctions, Kimalel Goat Auction. Besides that, it's a cultural event which takes place towards the end of the year, and it should be made as part of it, the Kimalel auction. And on top of that, also provide incentive to people to bring in their goats through having to set a base price for the auctioning of goats. Because the biggest challenge is you bring your goat and it's sold at a price that you are not okay with it. The county government, with the leadership of our able governor, should be in the forefront for agitating for the return of Kimalel Goat Auction. Thank you.
Thank you, Felix. We have come to the end of the interactive session. Thank you, honorable members, for the questions. They were informative and also deep in the information it was requesting for the nominee to answer. I want to give you 2 minutes to make your final submissions or comments, if any, Your 2 minutes starts now.
Thank you so much, Chairman. And first, I'd like to thank the committee for engaging with me to be able to discuss on the issues of Baringo County. Secondly, I'd like to thank the governor for nominating me to this position of the deputy governor. And thirdly, I'd like to, if nominated, I will help and support the governor to deliver on the manifesto of people of Baringo, and also ensure that Baringo is become one of the talking counties in this country. Thank you, Chair.
Welcome, Felix, and thanks for taking less than 2 minutes. For the members of public, we have come to the end of the session. From here, the committee will retreat to their chambers or the assembly and prepare a report, which report shall be tabled before the county assembly on Thursday at 9:30 a.m. You will follow the same live on our pages. Whether this committee will prepare a motion to approve or reject the nomination of Felix, that depends on the outcome of the deliberations of this committee. We asked several questions. The answers to those questions will be debated by the members of this committee and take one position, and the members of public and Kenya in general, and Kenyans in general will get to know the position that this committee has taken on Thursday morning. On that note, I want to request Felix that your documents will be given to you, the original documents will be given to you by Locorio at the end of this session at the holding area. All your documents are safe. Just be patient, you'll get them. At this point, allow me to release Felix and his team. Thanks for cooperation. Thanks for your time. And we wish you all the best. You may leave. And also I request the members of the public and press to leave the members, to allow the members of this committee to make some rules.
Noton ko tuyet kamu katostai noton ko tebutik chekamu ketepse neten rupayon po governor po Baringo County noton ko engineer Felix kimayo kimgok ni noton kamu katostai eng session noton kamiten eng koni ngoting ngotutik ano kabarta po Kenya School of Government gur non tom chepsoi machawe kwak soet en Kas TV.